Hello, woo! It's me, John, your movie madman. I am back. Today I have got a really cool unboxing for you. I'm going to be showing you 2001 A Space Odyssey. It's a steel book and it's in 4K, which is always good. It's a limited edition as well. It's got a little title at the top and on the side as well, so there's a double reminder of what it's called, and it's a 12, even though I'm pretty sure it's not a 12. I think maybe there's some special features on here that make it a 12, because the film itself I think is a U. So I'm just gonna open it and let's have a look, see if there's anything else. Oh, the HDR sticker came off and the limited edition stickers come off as well, so that's how it looks without all that. It's quite nice though, isn't it? Right, so yeah, let's have a look inside. Open it up, shall we? So take that, comes off quite well. That's quite a nice back cover as well. Little picture of the spaceship on the back there. On the inside, let's have a look. Got a nice 4K disc there, which is pretty cool. And there's two Blu-rays as well. Here, look, see, the special features disc is a 12. So that'll explain why it's a 12. There's your special features disc as well. It's pretty cool. And on the inside here, there's another picture of the inside of the spaceship, which is pretty exciting. Add this to my Stanley Kubrick collection. But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to show you, really. I like opening stuff to show you guys. It's the only reason I bought it, to be fair, so I could put it on my YouTube channel. So there you go, 2001. I'll be back in a few days to do a review of it once I've watched it. Obviously for you it will be a couple of seconds, but for me it will be a few days, so this might be a bit longer in a couple of seconds, so stay tuned because there's more coming. Alright, so I did watch this on the 28th of January. I only just got around to filming this. But yeah, I've got loads and loads of notes, so this will be officially my first deep review. So if you haven't seen 2001 and you want to, you might not want to watch this, because I'm literally going to be going into a lot of details, more about shots in the film, but obviously might ruin bits of story as well. So right, to start with, there's a bit of a pointless black screen opening, which I thought was a bit pointless. The opening shot of the moon looks great. So first section is going to be, right, so the apes look great, the sunsets look amazing, red and orange, so a bit of red in there and a bit of orange, so that's pretty good. The desert looks great, the gravel and rocks look great. The door, I don't know if you know much about the film, but there's like a black door that keeps popping up all the way through the movie. That looks really good. The details on the ape's hand as he's touching the door was pretty amazing. I was just like, wow, that's pretty cool. The apes beating the dinosaur skeleton is pretty cool, and the shot of the sunset before the apes start fighting is also amazing. So going to move on to the second section, which is going to be, so the second section, if I keep looking down, I do apologise, but I haven't learnt my notes, because that's a lot to learn. So the first shot of Earth looks really nice. Space and the spaceship look really good. There's a floating pen that you see at the beginning of that section. That looks pretty good. There's probably, I worked out it's about 25 minutes of the film before anyone speaks. So it's a very visual movie, which is good because it's 4K as well. So there's a lot of 4K detail in there, which was great considering it's made in 1968. It looks incredible. There's some beautiful red chairs, which I know I like red, but this was a really beautiful red. It went really well against the white as well, which made them stand out a little bit more, so that was quite impressive. There's really good shots where you can see like the depth of the spaceship that they're on, where the picture looks really deep, almost like it's 3D, but that was shot really well as well, so that was pretty impressive. There's yellow in a glass of whiskey, which really pops as well, so that's really good. The third section is right, so the moon looks amazing considering it's the moon mission. The moon itself just looks incredible. This was at the point of the film where I noticed that I felt like I was watching a classical music video, because there's just classical music all the way through this film. There's classical music kicking off, almost like Stanley Kubrick was trying to sell classical music to the public. So it was a little bit like, I don't hate classical music, I'm a fan of classical music, but there's a lot of classical music in this film. There's some more beautiful reds in the pilot's booth, which was pretty cool. There's a lot of green screen shots that just look amazing in this film, which is pretty good considering how old it is. And that's at the point where it goes from classical music to some strange eerie choir in the background, so a bit different. Maybe they're trying to sing classical music, who knows. So moving on to the next section, bit more classical music in the next section. There's a man running around in circles, looks like he's fighting air, which was quite interesting. It was just fascinating how it was shot. I think if you know much about the man running around in a circle, and like he goes upside down, and it's pretty mad. Made me think of Inception a little bit. I don't know if it was made the same way that they did that hallway scene in Inception. It might have been. I don't know, I wasn't there, and I haven't watched the special features, which I'll probably tell you in the special features. Probably could have watched them before I did this, but I didn't, so sorry. How the computer program, that little box itself looks pretty good. Bit of black and red in there. The outside of the spaceship looks incredible as well. I was quite happy with that. The first close-up of someone's face is 1 hour and 8 minutes into the film, but there's great details there. Like considering the age of the film, the details in the close-up of someone's face was pretty good. Little side note I've put here, that Stanley Kubrick does a lot of showing off in this film, using lots of different techniques and stuff like that with the camera, probably for the first time, and practical as well. It's very practical, a lot of this stuff. It's not like filled with CGI and things like that. A lot of the stuff that they do in this film is very practical, so it's very groundbreaking considering it's 1968. So quite amazing stuff. The first shot of bad CGI I noticed was 1 hour and 14 minutes into the film. They could have made a little bit more of an effort with the asteroids heading for the camera. Considering how much effort they put into the rest of the film, you thought they might have put a bit of effort into that, but they didn't, which was a bit rude, but it's alright. You get over it. You get over it. The yellow on the spacesuits really popped out as well, which I thought was pretty good. The classical music at this point has been replaced by eerie breathing. You see Dave, one of the characters, walking through space. He's got a really nice red spacesuit, so I was quite happy with that. And then there's an intermission. What? I'm not in the cinema. You don't need to put the intermission on the Blu-ray, just so you know. If you've got a long film, you don't have to put an intermission on there. I don't need your permission to pause the film, alright? If I want to pause it, I'll pause it. You don't have to give me permission to pause it. And the intermission isn't long enough to go to the toilet, so what's the point? You're just trying to say that it's a long film, because I knew it was a long film. If you read the back, it tells you how long it is, so you don't need an intermission in there, alright? So if you could stop doing that, that'd be great. Thank you. How the computer somehow manages to kill one of the characters, and the other character doesn't even notice, even though he's watching, which I thought was a bit silly. How then tries to go on a bit of a murder spree, Maybe he's just angry because he hasn't heard any classical music for 5 minutes. But to be fair, it looks amazing because there's so much red. From what I remember, there's so much red. And then moving on to the last section now, which is... So the last section goes back to some eerie choir again. Bit of a difference from the classical music, maybe. Maybe they ran out of classical songs to use. I don't know. All right. Some nice planet shots though. I noticed some really nice shots of planets and stuff, so that's pretty cool. The black door floating through space looks really good. They did a really good job of getting the door to stick out like black against black. You could still see like the edges of that door, so I thought that was pretty good, because it's really difficult to see something black inside something that's black. So I thought that was really good use of HDR there, getting that colour to bash one out. Yeah, exactly. I mean, not while I was watching. Anyway, then it gets to the point where you feel like someone's put acid in your dinner, and you're a bit like, what in the world is going on? And you literally see every type of colour in the world all thrown at you at the same time, and there's like that really weird bit that doesn't really make a lot of sense, where there's just like loads of colours and flashing lights, and you literally feel like you're on something. All the colours look really good, to be fair, but like I don't get why that was like that, because it was just a bit weird. And the classical music's back, yeah, for that bit as well. So bit more classical music in there. It went on for 11 minutes as well. I noticed some of these bits that I looked out at times and stuff like that, so I knew. It goes on for 11 minutes, and you're just like, I have no idea what's going on right now. And it literally felt like the film had just stopped making sense, and the classical music and the eerie choir had been replaced with just random noises. So it was a bit of a strange moment for me. And then the main character's suddenly an old man. Like, no explanation to that whatsoever. Like, he's just suddenly an old man, and you're like, oh, okay, brilliant, yep. I would say I see what you did there, but I don't see what you did there. Dave's old man face though, the main character Dave, his old man face looks pretty good. Nice and wrinkly, as you like to see on old people. If they weren't wrinkly, you wouldn't think they were old. And then there's a floating baby in space. Yep. Work that one out. Bit of floating baby with some more classical music. Yep. It's just what you look for in a film. Floating baby with classical music and no explanation. And you're like, oh right. And that black door's back again. And to finish off for the film, they thought it'd be a good idea to just to chuck some classical music in there. So yeah, they were like, yeah, we'll just chuck some more classical music in there. Have some close-ups of baby, as weird as that is. And then the credits go on for 8 minutes at the end, which is quite long, considering a lot of old films don't have end credits. It went on for quite a bit, but that's probably because the film was so practical. Maybe it was to credit all the classical music in the film. Who knows? So yeah, that's my first deep review. I don't know if I went into it deep enough for you. I tried. I did skip bits of my notes, but you know, I didn't want to make the video too long. So, but yeah, thanks for watching this video. It's taken me quite a while to actually film this, so I do apologise. If you could like it though, that'd be great. If you could subscribe to the channel as well, that'd be great. I think I'm up to 30 subscribers now, so that's well exciting. Got another subscriber yesterday, so thank you to my new subscriber. So I'm going to go now. I'm going to shut up, let you get on with the rest of the evening. I hope you enjoyed my sarcasm, and I will see you again soon.